Tears of joy filled Ye's eyes as she said, "Yes, Kwame, I will marry you." Hello friends, grateful for your support. If you are new here or if you've been watching without subscribing, before we begin, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, smash the notification bell, share and drop your comments as we proceed. Once upon a time in the heart of the city of Accra, there was a grand mansion owned by a wealthy man named Mr. Mensah. The mansion stood as a symbol of opulence and luxury, with its tall gates, manicured gardens, and a fleet of expensive cars parked in the driveway. Inside this mansion worked many servants, but none as skilled in the kitchen as Ya. Ya was a cook, but she wasn't just a cook. She had a magic touch that transformed simple ingredients into mouth-watering dishes. Her cooking had a reputation far and wide, and everyone who tasted her food would sing her praises. However, despite her culinary prowess, Ya was disliked by the chief servant, Ajua. Ajua had been the chief servant for many years. She was proud and authoritative, and she believed she held an unchallenged power within the household. When Ya was hired, Ajua saw her as a threat to her dominance. Day after day, Ajua plotted against Ya, hoping to get her fired. She spread rumors, tempered with Ya's ingredients, and even tried to take credit for Ya's creations. But Ya, with a kind heart and pure intentions, always managed to overcome these obstacles. One sunny afternoon, Mr. Mensah announced that he would host a grand party in a week. It was to be the talk of the town, with high-profile guests from all over the country. Mr. Mensah called for Ya. "Ya," Mr. Mensah began, "I have a critical task for you. This party is crucial, and I need you to prepare your famous jollof rice. Everyone loves it, and I want it to be the highlight of the evening." Ya nodded, a mixture of excitement and nerves bubbling within her. "Yes, sir. I will ensure it's the best jollof rice ever tasted." Ajua, overhearing the conversation, felt a pang of jealousy. She couldn't bear the thought of Ya receiving all the praise and admiration at the party. She began plotting once more, determined to ruin Ya's moment. The days leading to the party were filled with bustling preparations. Ya spent days in the kitchen, carefully selecting the best ingredients with precision, focusing solely on creating a masterpiece. Meanwhile, Ajua was busy with her schemes. On the day of the party, the mansion was transformed into a scene of elegance and grandeur. Guests arrived in their finest attire, laughter and chatter filling the air. Ya worked tirelessly in the kitchen, her hands moving swiftly as she cooked the jollof rice with all the love and passion she could master. Ajua saw her chance and sneaked into the kitchen. While Ya was momentarily distracted, she added an extra dose of salt to the pot, thinking it would ruin the dish. But as fate would have it, Ya returned just in time to catch a whiff of the overly salted taste. "What have you done?" Ya exclaimed, her heart sinking. Ajua feigned innocence. "Oh, I was just trying to help. Maybe I added too much salt by mistake." Ya didn't have the time to argue. She quietly adjusted the seasoning, adding more tomatoes and spices to balance the flavors. She prayed silently that her efforts would save the dish. As the guests settled into the dining area, the aroma of the jollof rice wafted through the air, drawing everyone's attention. Plates were served, and the first bites were taken. There was a moment of silence. followed by murmurs and delight and satisfaction. "This jollof is incredible," one guest exclaimed. "I've never tasted anything like this," another added. Even Mr. Mensah, a man of few words, couldn't help but smile as he enjoyed the dish. "Well done. Yeah, you've outdone yourself." Amid the praise and admiration, a young man named Kwame approached Ya in the kitchen. He was one of the guests, and he had been captivated not just by the taste of the jollof rice, but also by the grace and dedication with which Ya worked. "Excuse me, Ya," Kwame said. "I just wanted to tell you that your cooking is extraordinary. I've traveled far and wide, but I've never tasted jollof rice like yours." Ya blushed, a shy smile spreading across her face. "Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it." Kwame continued. "I couldn't help but notice the passion you put into your cooking. It's inspiring. Would you like to have dinner with me sometime? Maybe you could share some of your cooking secrets." Ya's heart fluttered. She had never been asked out before, especially not by someone as charming and rich as Kwame. "I'd like," she replied, her smile widening. As the night went on, Ya and Kwame talked and laughed, discovering a shared love for food and life. The party was a huge success, and Ya's jollof rice became the talk of the town. Even Ajua, despite her attempts to sabotage Ya, couldn't help but feel a grudging respect for her. Days turned into weeks, and Ya and Kwame's relationship blossomed. They spent time cooking together, exploring new recipes, and dreaming of opening a restaurant one day. Ya's life, once filled with challenges and opposition, was now brimming with love and happiness. One evening, as Ya and Kwame were in the kitchen of Mr. Mensah's mansion, Kwame took her hands in his. "Ya, you've brought so much joy into my life. Your strength, kindness, and incredible talent have made me fall in love with you. Will you marry me?" Tears of joy filled Ya's eyes as she said, "Yes, Kwame, I will marry you." Their wedding was a grand affair, attended by friends, family, and even Mr. Mensah himself. As the wedding music played, Kwame stood at the altar, his heart pounding with excitement. He watched the doors open, and there she was, his beautiful bride in a flowing white gown, making her way down the aisle. His eyes welled up with tears of joy as he thought about their future together. But as she got closer, something seemed off. Her steps were slower, more hesitant. Kwame brushed it off as nerves. Finally, she reached the altar, and he lifted her veil with a trembling hand, eager to see Ya's radiant face. To his shock, it wasn't Ya standing before him. Instead, it was an elderly woman of about 80 years. Kwame's jaw dropped and nearly collapsed, and the guest gasped in surprise. Who is this old bride? And what is her mission? And where is Ya? Let's find out in our next story. Stay subscribed, friends.